Let's go. Finally, some new things coming back into the game that we haven't had in a while. I'm really happy for this thing to return. We got so much in the news today. I got to run through this really quickly because, man, we got so many topics. Don't forget, we're giving away a valk heirloom. All I got to do is leave a comment down below, like the video, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel because I'm only picking people that are subscribed. Last video, I told you guys to roast me. Whoever had the best roast would be in, and man, you guys did not hold back. Pretty much everyone decided to go after my health, which is just funny to me, but Jacob Hardwick said, man, if your movement in real life was even 100th of what it was in Apex, maybe you wouldn't be so obese. And yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it because you'll eat that too. So I'm going to go cry and I'll come back to finish the video in about an hour. So congrats, Jacob, you're a finalist for the valk heirloom. So you all know that the update is right around the corner, just a few weeks away from the collection event. Many people are excited for the valk heirloom. Many people are excited for, you know, the patch notes for maybe buffs and changes that will happen. Now, we did talk about in the last video or in a couple videos ago that we're not going to get the big buffs and nerfs and changes like that because basically they said they want to keep the meta the same, considering that, you know, the ALGS is about to happen and people are already practicing certain comps. They don't want to change it up too much, but many people are excited for the game modes that we're going to be looking forward to. Now, we do know that control mode is coming back at some point. We just don't know when. I would assume that this would be an appropriate event. Now, we also know that this control mode will be a little bit different. It will have other features that basically would make it better. So there's a couple issues that they found in doing the control mode in the last couple of times, and they basically said, we're going to fix those. We're going to, you know, make it, you know, perfect, I guess you would say, then bring it back. And we know that it is coming back in season 13. They've already said it. We just don't know when. However, there's another game mode back that we have not had in so long. It's been a lot of fun when we do have it. You guys are probably going to be excited. It is kind of repetitive. They've done it a lot, but hey, it's a fan favorite. People love it, and that is Armed and Dangerous. So Ezra said this on Twitter just about an hour ago. It's way too early, and I'm already awake right now, but Armed and Dangerous should return with the 13.1 patch rotation. So I'm super excited to be able to get this mode. The shotguns and snipers is always one of the best modes out there. Another thing that I'm having a hard time understanding is, you know, back in the Grand Soiree event, they had a couple of really good modes that people loved. By the way, I don't understand why we've never got another event like the Grand Soiree event, even though that was like by far the most fun we've ever had in Apex, in my opinion. But we had, you know, the third person mode that people really loved, and we also had the, you know, the Krabers on the ground everywhere, the care package mode thing where it was care package weapons only, I think, or something along those lines. All I know is you could pick up Krabers everywhere, and it was fun to run around as Pathfinder and slingshot everywhere and just no scope out of the air. I believe that was Gold Rush duos back when the care package weapons were gold and you can go pick up gold weapons on the ground. That's what it was. That was so much fun, and none of these game modes ever returned. I'm kind of confused as to why we never gotten any of those game modes back, because in my opinion those were a lot of fun to play. Don't get me wrong, I loved Armed and Dangerous and I'm glad it's coming back. I'm just kind of confused as to why it's always the same game modes coming back that are fun, but why not some of the other ones that were fun? Regardless, I'm super happy and excited for this thing to return. Another thing I'd like to see return is Lifeline. I mean, where the heck is she? No one uses her. She's not really useful at all, in my opinion. We were all hoping that maybe she would go well with Newcastle and kind of work together. She's not. He's basically pretty much a replacement for her. So there was a pretty viral video that was actually exclusively on TikTok at first, I believe, and then came over to Twitter as Recency, which is a big time thumbnail artist, you know, a blender guru for Apex Legends, who actually tweeted this at Apex, like literally tagged Play Apex, and got over 2,000 likes. This is bound to get some kind of dev response at some point, and man, it was very informational, very good as to why Lifeline is literally useless. They need to make an exclusive update for her, because look at all the things that she used to have, look at all the things that got taken away, and look at all the things that they are adding to the game that is basically her abilities in form of a regular item in the game that's making her useless. She needs a complete rework, especially as an iconic character as she is. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Roll the clip.
What the is the actual purpose of Lifeline in Apex Legends in Season 13? Let me explain. So basically what I am getting at is that Lifeline's entire kit has literally been added to the game in separate instances, and Season 13 is the final nail in the coffin for Lifeline mains. Unless she is getting a rework or buff, which fingers crossed, because Lifeline is goated. Lifeline originally had faster revives and faster use of meds and shields. Makes sense, she's a medic. And then they decided to add faster revives and faster use of meds and shields to Jibby within his dome. Cool, we can live with that. Two characters mostly used as supports, kinda makes sense. Then they removed faster heals from Lifeline and Jibby, eventually giving this feature to the gold armor instead, which ends up turning into what we have now, double heals for small heal items. Okay, I get it. Kind of OP to have fast heals in the game in general. At least she still has her faster revives. She is a medic after all. Fast forward some time, Lifeline's faster revives now removed. However, Jibby gets to keep his faster revives because that makes sense. The with everything already gets to keep it, but the actual medic doesn't. Moving forward, they removed her revive shield because it's too broken. Fast forward to now, and Newcastle has a revive shield that he can move with and revive at the exact same time. What the f? Lifeline's care package, as useless as it's always been, gets a little tweak. You'll now get items your squad needs thanks to smart loot. Okay, we can deal with that. Comes in handy occasionally. Definitely better than what we already had. Fast forward again to right now, smart loot bins coming to season 13. Get loot based off your current loot within these smart loot bins. What the f is the point of the care package when smart loot bins are literally the exact same thing except faster? Can someone explain to me how they have caused one of the most iconic characters in Apex Legends to become completely useless leading into a new season? She wasn't hard done by enough that they just went ahead and said, you know what, let's remake Lifeline and turn the rest of her abilities into items or things in the game. So to conclude, they better hope she gets a rework come season 13.
If you don't love that accent, I just don't know what's wrong with you. Now, obviously, we would love a rework or a big update to Lifeline. Unfortunately, we know we're not going to get that in the middle of season 13 because, like the devs have already said, they're not planning on making any big changes because they don't want to change the meta for ALGS. Speaking of ALGS, many people have been like, you know, hey, when's the tickets going to go on sale? Because some people are coming from out of country. They need like their passport stuff or their visa stuff. They need it all in, you know, in place, in line. And they don't even know when the tickets are going to go on sale because they still have not come out. So Fallout, which is obviously an LGS caster, he's been on the channel way too much lately, actually tried to tweet at one of the EA people that are supposed to be running this is like esports partnerships for Apex and EA. And anyways, this is what he said. Is there any estimated time? Are we getting closer to the venue attendee announcement? And he never got a response. So Godlike actually made a response to that a couple weeks later and said, yo, can Fallout at least get a no? The closer we get to the date, the more likely I'll have something planned, and so will other people. This goes for a lot of other people, and thank you for trying Fallout. So the guy that he tagged that he's hoping to get a response from said, we would say something if we could. To be honest, Fallout, which is working at Microsoft, knows that you can't just go out and tweet something when there's a larger messaging, all part of working at a company. Fallout proceeded to respond to that and said yes, and all would share details as soon as they possibly could. There's a lot of detail to work through, and we're lucky that in Sweden they did confirm that we will have a live audience, and I believe the ALGS is supposed to be in like North Carolina or something like that. But know that EA is working hard on finalizing info to announce the details very soon. I've got literally so much to talk about, and I'm not even halfway through it. We'll probably have to throw some of this on the next video because it is a lot. One of the things that I want you to be aware of, Samantha Zero, which is actually was actually a developer over at Respawn. This is what she said. Hey friends, it's a bit of personal news, but last Friday was my last day at Respawn. Designing and shipping IMC armories was an amazing adventure. I still love Apex, but I need to go try something new. I started today at Gravity Well. If you guys don't know what Gravity Well is, it's a AAA studio in which I think Drew McCoy had started with some other people. Drew McCoy was one of the, you know, founders of Apex Legends and had been with Respawn for so many years and was like one of the OGs that advocated for ranked and all of this stuff. So he's one of the great reasons you have ranked today. Anyhow, she said, I started Gravity Well, new project, new challenges, and I'm hyped and ready to rock. So there should be at some point, they've been working on Gravity Well for a very long time. There should be at some point a really big game around the corner, and I'm really excited to see what they have planned. But yeah, like I said, I just got way too much to talk about. I have to put some of it in the next video. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to be entered into that chance for a Valk heirloom giveaway. And until next time, I will see you all later, Gators. It's Viber Die, only positivity, and peace.